This is Grodek by Abuyin Sharidi. It's 173.85 megabytes to download, and the description says, "Welcome to Grodek. The map is representation of real terrain but made on its own terms. The map has 89 fields including meadows, 108 farmlands, 2 playable farms including one with chickens, all selling and production points, biogas plant, train system, lots of forests, lime and water collection point, varied terrain," and it says, "I hope you like the map, have a nice game." So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. Now, I'm not quite sure what to think or make of this map, but obviously I'm going to let you guys decide that. I'm never, if you know me, I'm never disrespectful to modders or map makers or anything like that at all, but this has quite a few issues, which I will be pointing out, so it definitely needs an update, but I think it needs a little bit more than that as well. But this is where you start off, and this is the map. Now, I really like the layout. It's a Polish map, because I believe we've got Polish number plates on our vehicles, and obviously the name gives it away a little bit. It's not a huge map, so we've got some really sort of small slim fields like we've been getting on the Polish maps as well, so areas on the map have got potential. I like them, and it's obviously taken a lot of time and effort to make this map, and I've said it before, I wouldn't even know where to start with sort of creating a mod or a map, so hats off to the map maker anyway. But I just feel some things have either been a little bit rushed or they've been just left and then sent to giants, but you'll see as we go round. It's only got 1.5 stars at the time of recording this on Mod Hub, so another thing, there we go. Anyway, we are down here at the shop, if you want to call it shop. You'll see in a second. Yeah, so we are in new farmer mode as always, so let's get on with it. We start off with these 2 plots. This is one of the farms, and we also get this field up here. Now this field hasn't got a number on it, and that is because it is tied in with that farm plot. So those 2 come as one plot, 68 grand, just over. Now the second farm is here. What you probably have noticed, or I will point out, there is no sleep trigger at all on the map at the moment, but that's not a problem, we can place one down. The second farm is here. That is going to cost 21,000 just over. Again, if you buy that, nothing will show up, there's no sleep trigger or anything, but there is a sort of decorative farmhouse there and a shed you'll see as we go around. But that's about it really. Few sell points, not a lot. A couple of productions as well. It does say all the sell points and productions, but I don't think it is all of them. So there we go. There is a train system, which I will talk about when we get there, and I'm going to show you a couple of things as well. It kind of runs down the map like that, as you can see, or you will see later. Yeah, so here's the fields. They vary in price, as you can imagine. So 75 is quite a big fella. 464 grand, and then we've got some really sort of smaller ones. I'm just going to pick, I think one of these thin ones up here are quite cheap. 23 grand like so. 213. We've got some meadows, as it says, 140 grand. Quite a lot of forestry areas. Some big chunks like this, 343, and then some smaller plots I think there for 64 grand like so. Now the BGA is up here, and interestingly enough that plot does take in field number 81, so that's quite handy. 122,952. We'll buy that when we get there. That does mean you do own the BGA for that price, which is pretty good. So when we get there we will buy it, and you can see the BGA as well. But yeah, that's all I probably need to tell you. There's no custom crops, there is no collectibles, we don't start off with any productions. There is contracts on the other fields. It's showing the chicken pasture there, vehicles there. Not a lot of vehicles you start off with, but we're checking them out. So sell points, that says missing sell point train. That's something else that's not right, which we will talk about when we get to the train. What I did notice scrolling down here is a lot of your productions, not road salt, but bread, butter, cheese, there's no sell points for a lot of it. I mean, again, not a huge problem. We've had this before on maps. You can chuck down a sell anything sell point, or whatever sell points you wish to, if you can find a plot of land to do that. But there we go, that's it. Yeah, I'm a little bit stumped with this one, so bear with me. So that's all we need to show you there. Now, every time I've come on here, and I'm glad this has happened, there's been a huge traffic jam, and it now gives me a chance to show you, wow, the traffic. So that car, they seem to be on sort of like conveyor belts, escalators, more or less. So, and it's not affecting the vehicles that we drive, which I will show you, because I drove the pickup along here and I went across this road perfectly. But for some reason the AI traffic, they dig themselves into the road. This guy's doing wheelies, and so is this one. So there we go, it's off now. It will eventually reset itself, but yeah, that's another issue on here. But here we are at the store. Right, I'll go through slot counts. Honestly, I feel really flustered by this map. I'm not quite sure what's going on at the moment. Right, we'll do slot counts and things like that. So slot count is the same across all three modes, and it is 674. You do start off with the same equipment, the only difference being if you come on here in Farm Manager or start from scratch, you don't start off with those two plots of land. So it is 674, and we get ourselves Massey Ferguson medium tractor. We've got the Rossell Mash harvester, Valga trailer, header for your harvester, a cultivator, power harrow and a seeder. Those two will hook up together so you can sort of direct drill, and that is it, guys. That is all we start off with. If you wanted to clear all of that equipment out, get rid of it, you can get the slot count down to 620. You're unable to sell any of the buildings or chicken pastures at the farm, so I did try it. So that is the lowest I could get the slot count down to, 620. In terms of mods, I think there is only 2. If we go to buildings and farmhouses, we do have this modded in sleep trigger, which is basically just an exclamation mark, but obviously you can place that down wherever you wish to. And if you turn your interactive markers zone thingy majiggies off, that will disappear, but obviously it will still be your sleep trigger. So that is that one. And I think in animals, if we go to chickens, we've got a modded in chicken pasture. So the base game one looks like that, holds 30. This is a free range one. Oh, there's the oh, that makes a bit more sense to me now. I'll show you that when we get there. So top sort of screen underneath August, that's where your eggs are going to spawn, and also the feeding point. So that's answered one of my questions actually, which I'll show you in a second. That is it for mods. We do have in landscaping and painting some textures, obviously, animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, grass, gravel. That is it. And there is some modded in trees and also some plants. So they've chucked in some extra trees, and there's also some extra plants in there as well. So that is it, guys. That's all we need. Now what I'm going to do is lease a pickup, because I think it'd just be quicker to whiz round like that. We're going to get one of these. Whoa, what is that? What's all that up the back there? that didn't happen earlier when I leased a pickup. What's going on in this map? Why can I lease that? Oh my days. Right, so if you reset, lease or buy anything, it's going to appear down here, because we are, like I say, at the shop, but this is it. There is no building here. Your shop menu is there. We do have a workshop trigger, which is just sort of here, and we can do customization, etc. Debris crusher is over here for selling our stones. Now if we drive out of here, I'll just quickly show you that road out in front of us so that you can see that it does actually work for us. Whoa, there's some serious bumps and lumps on this map though. So yeah, we are following the road. Look, we don't dig ourselves in like the AI drivers do. Right, I'm gonna have to seriously turn around here. Okay, let's head down here. There is people walking around though, which is a bonus in my eyes. Whoa, look, very, very rough getting into places. This is our sawmill. So your wood chip out point is there. Your sell wood trigger is just in here as well, like so. Now it's not very flat in here. It looks to me like your planks are going to spawn here, but that is like a ramp almost. So I don't think that's going to look very pretty if they spawn there at all, that is. So yeah, a bit random. You can buy the sawmill here as normal, and up the back here, this trigger here, we do actually have the biomass energy sell point, whereas also over here we can sell wood chips and things like that. So if you look, we are there. So there's a random sell point just there. No buildings again. It's a little bit yeah. Right, this is our farm, guys. So I'm going to drive in. We'll open the gates. You can't even sell off any of the fences or anything like that. So we'll pull in. Decorative farmhouse, no sleep trigger, but as we know, we can place one down, whatever you wish to. Do have this building, which is a bit random again, and look, that swings round. It looks like one of the latches. So yeah, lights in here though. A little bit of a ramp there, but from the outside it's quite a bump up to get in there. You can do it. I got in there with a tractor. We do have a little bit of a hayloft up here as well, with a few holes in the ceiling or floor, whatever you want to say. In here again, we've got light switches. Now, referring back to that chicken pasture I showed you, the dialogue box is here. That will hold 100 chickens. Like I say, they will roam all around here, free range. And your feed triggers here. So, I haven't tested this. Does that mean your eggs are going to spawn in here? But that is raised up. So, I don't know if they're going to appear or not. And this is quite bumpy along here as well. So if you are driving in and around here, look, that is quite bumpy. We've got a shed over here with some more equipment, like so. And I am going to actually jump the fence because the next farm is over here. We don't own this plot of land, but we can still go in the gates. Another farmhouse, no sleep trigger though, even if you buy it, and again a little bit of a bump up. But we do have another shed here, and this also has lights in, and you can drive out the back. But that is it really. There's nothing else to see. There is a gate out the rear as well, and there's also a gate to the rear of R1 as well, which will lead out onto this track. Right, so we are going to head on out of here. I think we've seen enough of the farm. Oh, there's a gate there. So we're going to go down. We will turn right opposite this second farm. this gets very bumpy down here, but in and amongst all this white area, cliffs sort of thing, this is our lime collection point, so we can collect lime, buy lime from there, and it does look pretty cheap, to be fair. But this is going to be very bumpy through here. And another reason for leasing the pickup, I could have used the tractor, is because I'm going to go round a bit of a longer way just so you can see some of the areas, because like I say, it does look nice in places. Some of the fields, they all look nice. I like the way they sort of sweep up, sweep down. Tracks are quite wide, but they are bumpy. And when we get up the end here, we do have quite a nice distance texture. But when we get up to the sort of more north part of the map, the things in the distance are a lot closer and they do look a bit blurry. But from here, that looks alright to me, that's pretty good. But it's little things like this, the way that road just drops away like that, I'm not sure what that is. But bakery there, we've got the spinnery there, just behind that we have the dairy. So as you can see, it is a lot lumpy bumpy. We're going to head on up north now. We're going to go past where we spawned in, just past the sort of shop area. You can probably just about see that on the mini map. Try and avoid this big traffic jam. So yeah, there we go, that's where we spawned in. We'll try and squeeze through those. Oh, that was lucky. And we are now off to the BGA, which is down here. Now, this doesn't look quite right to me, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. Now, for starters, it does have a way station, but bear in mind, this is someone's field on our right. At the minute, it's only got grass in, so that's fine. But if there was to be a crop in there, or you owned that field and there was a crop in there, if you are using the way stations, you've more or less got to drive into that field to get up onto that or get off of that. And as you can see, it's all grass up here. There's no, it just to me it doesn't feel right, look right. And you'll see what I mean by the bunker silo here. Look, I've got grass all inside there, and there's the sort of distance now. It does look a little bit blurry. Right, so I'm going to quickly add in some money. We'll buy that BGA, just enough. I think that's enough, like so. So we're now up here. We'll buy that plot of land, 122 grand, just over. And as you can see, the BGA now appears, and that turns blue to show that we own that plot of land. And there is all your triggers. And if we go up into here, we've got the BGA there. So it is just a standard setup with the BGA, like so. Right, we're going to carry on round. We'll go up here and we'll cut down through there, and we'll just finish off at the train. That's about it. So there we go. Yeah, so like I say, if I seem like I am nitpicking, if you know me well, you know I wouldn't be horrible or anything like that to anyone, but my, well, I was going to say job, it's not my job, I wish it was my job. My aim is to give you guys an honest review of all the maps that I do. And like I say, I do like some of the areas. I like the way you've got all the electricity pylons even through the fields. All that looks really nice to me. But I think it's just got that one too many sort of little issues, or people might think big issues, Right, in here, looks very much like our grain mill. You could get a little bit confused in here as well. Now, if we go onto the map and I click on that, it's got that annoying missing sell point thingy-majiggy like that. But this sell point actually is, if we go back up towards the top, it's the first one there, the elevator Grodek, because if we tag that up, there we go, that tags that up. So that is that sell point. Just clear that. Round the back, now like I say, that looks like it's still part of the sort of grain mill building, but this is actually our animal dealer. So this is the sell point for the animal dealer, and this is the actual animal dealer dialogue box itself. So don't get confused with that, but we will carry on along here. Some of the sort of thinner, slim fields up around here. Look at that one. There's nothing stopping you joining them together if you wanted to make them a little bit bigger. And we're going to join the main road again. Again, a little bit bumpy. And as you can see, the traffic coming towards us, look, it's sort of jumping up in the air and going through the tarmac or the asphalt. On the right hand side we've got our carpentry, and look at this for bumpiness. Going up towards the train. Now on the right here we have a rent a train point. I'm just going to quickly turn on the help menu because we are going to rent the train, because I want to show you something. It's quite a way away, so I may have to do a little jump cut. But I'm going to quickly talk about this as well. Now it's showing on here as well that we do have a train sell point. In fact, if I tag that, there we go, look. Now I'm not quite sure what the point of this is, because as you can already see, there's no icons showing tipping in, tipping out. You'd normally have the roadside here, tipping in there, collect out there, and then where that green beam is where you would load and unload via the train. I got a trailer full of wheat, brought it up here, it didn't come up with any trigger, so I couldn't dump it in there. So in other words, you can't use the train for selling. So that definitely needs to be fixed and sorted. We'll get rid of that. Got plants or weeds growing in here. Right, I will bring you back in when the train gets here, and then we'll finish off by just showing you what I sort of tested earlier. Okay, the train is here, so we are going to jump in. Because I was curious what actually happens when you get to the end. It normally kicks you out of the train, but I did notice this, so hold on to your seats guys, because we are any minute about to take off. So again, going on the same theme as the traffic, and then we're going to go in under. Something not quite right there, and then when we do get to the end of the, that cart's almost fallen off, isn't it? Yeah, when we do get to the end, I'm going to turn the little mini map on actually, because the trees don't look too great down here, but technically we are outside of the map here, and we do run out of track here as well, so don't get scared, everything will be okay. So it goes off like that. Whoa, we now are underneath the map. There we go. I think we will leave it there. That is Gródek by Abuyin Sharidi. let me know your thoughts on that, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour though. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.